Hey, welcome to another video. I just want to go through something I do and I think it's kind of interesting. It's something that annoys me that these machines don't have. I don't know if there's a machine in the market that does this, but I'm going to show you how I preview my drums, how I find the best drums for my samples. So the way that we preview samples, I think, is just by going into the browser and then loading up a sample, putting that sample onto the pad, and then playing it to see if it works with the rest of the samples. I don't like doing that because it takes too much time. You load a sample, try it, load a sample, try it, load a sample. You lose your workflow and it just doesn't work for me. So, and I know some people just tend to find the right sample straight away, the right snare, the right kick. I'm not like that. Normally I just go like up to the end of the beat. When the beat is already finished, I'm still looking for a snare. I'm still fiddling with the parameters just to, try to see what I can do with it. The preview function could actually help better than what it does. We have a good browser, and I'm not ranting on the browser or anything. It's cool, but I would just like to see something where you would go into the browser and associate the pad to the folder and to the sample that you are highlighting in the browser, just for a quick listen to the snare to see if it would work in the real situation. I load all the samples into the MPC and then I preview them in the real situation and see how they sound with a compressor, with the EQ that I already have one, because sometimes I already have a compressor working when I'm making a beat. Sometimes I have a compressor right at the end of the chain just to mash everything up when I'm making the beat. First thing I do is I always name my snares and my kicks. All my snares, I name them with the letter S at the beginning, so just an S. The kicks, I just write a B, and then I leave a space, and then the rest of the name of the kick. And I do that for all of my samples. And I do that specifically because of this, because I tend to load like a bunch of actual kicks and a bunch of snares into the MPC. And I don't want to keep them at the end. I want to preview them and then I want to delete them. I want to discard everything that I don't need. Some of you use the MPC Live and you have like 2 gigabytes of RAM. You want to think about how you're going to manage that, and you don't want to keep a bunch of snares and kicks that you're not going to use. That's going to slow down your RAM. So you might want to use this technique. So here you can see that I have my kicks all starting with the letter B. I do that purposely just so I can load up everything. And then I have all the kicks falling one after each other when I preview them inside of the MPC. So what I can do here is I go and I press Shift and load all. It's going to load all the kicks inside there. So I've loaded all the kicks. I can now go into the program, go to where I have my drum sounds. That's in track number 2 in this case. That's my kick. Program. So I can now just go to the letter B for bass drum. And you can see all the B's right there. So I got my bass drums right there. And now I can preview this way. So I like this kick. I can keep it. I'm going to change my snares as well. Back into the folder. Shift. Now, that's my snare. I want to change that. There we go. We have the snare that starts with the S. So I name all my snares with the letter S at the beginning. So when I preview it in the MPC, I can just go one by one until I find the right one. I'm just going to keep this one for now. But you see how I do it. Normally the kick, the hi-hat's not too bad, but I like to play here with a decay and just leave it like that. And that's how I preview samples. Now I need to delete everything. Obviously, I'm not going to keep all those samples inside of the MPC. So because we loaded everything with that letter at the beginning and we just swapped that into the pad, we can now delete all the rest of the samples just by going into the main, into the folder. We have the purge right there. It's going to say that it's going to delete all the unused samples, and these are samples that are not in any program. So because we don't have that sample associated to a program, it's going to be deleted. So unused samples. That's it. So we have all the samples deleted. You can even go there. So we can see that now that's the only B in the menu, as well with the snares. It's the only S. So all the other samples were deleted. And that's it. That's how I preview my sounds. I load a bunch of samples, try them on, and then delete them by using the purge function. And it's really helpful to at least have that purge tool to delete everything that you don't need inside the project. Just remember a few things. Don't save the project straight away, because if you save the project, all those samples are going to be saved into the folder. So make sure that you, before you save it, delete the samples that you don't need. Then you can save it, okay? Make sure that happens, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed the tip. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.